Hey everyone, it's Always Improving here, and today I'm going to be showing you all the Mijello paints that I got for Christmas, and I'm going to be putting them in this palette that I also got for Christmas. It's rather large, and this video is just going to be very simple, and this one's actually going to be short, unlike my last video. And I'm just going to be filling these paints in the this huge studio palette and then swatching them out and labeling them. And I'm just going to talk about a couple things, keep this video kind of short, and I'll probably transition into some music later, just because I know some people like to watch swatching and pouring paints. But I'm going to talk about how I set up this palette and the colors that are in it just a little bit, and then later, sometime pretty soon, within the next week, I'll upload the Mijello test where I paint a piece with these paints. So first off here, I'm starting with the reds, and how I'm basically setting up this palette is going to be 4 different sections for each of the secondary colors and a neutral place. So this up top, like right corner right now, I guess, is going to be the place where I'm going to mix my oranges. So I'm going to put my reds and yellows and orange colors in this area for ease of access to the orange mixing area. And these colors, a lot of them aren't single pigment, as you'll see later in the video, which is kind of different and almost, I won't say disappointing for me, but a little scary for me. I'm not used to working with watercolors that have more than one pigment, and I'm kind of scared of what mixing is going to result in when I use some of these colors. But I am pretty excited to test them out in the next video, so I really hope you are as well. Otherwise though, a lot of these colors look gorgeous, and they're not super, like, if you pour some paints out, they usually are, I don't know, some of them, they'll stay in their shape. These ones really seem to spread out and were thinner than other paints. I don't think, they're not made with honey, I know that for sure. So I don't know, they're just pretty smooth. Some of the colors, like that green that I just poured right there, was a little more firm than other ones. But really, that doesn't say anything about the quality of paints. It's just something I noticed. So you can see now I transitioned into yellows and greens. So this little area on my palette right here on the left side of the screen right now is going to be my mixing area for greens. And so all the convenient greens and the yellows are near that area. However, the blues will have to be a little bit farther because I can obviously not hold everything in that one section. So right now I'm about to start pouring the blues, I believe. Yeah, so they're going to be right here, and this is going to be my purple mixing area in this bottom right corner right now. As you can see, I have my blues on the right. I'll also have a couple of purples right there, and my pinks and reds are right there to my left. So it's pretty ease of access to, I guess it's not a big deal. I mean, it's one palette, but that was my thought process going through this. I wanted all my blues and purples next to each other and near to the reds. So that was pretty easy. I also added a bright opera back. I decided to put it to the reds instead of to the purples, just because it was definitely more of a pink color than a purple color. Lastly, I'm doing my neutral colors, I guess you could say. They're like earth tones. So I have my kind of red earth tones and my yellow earth tones over here. So all of the browns that are more yellow based, I'm pouring right now. And then on the kind of right edge of this, I'm putting on my red based sort of colors. Like I think we have like a dark or light red or light brown or something. But I don't know. They're pretty interesting colors, and I don't normally work with this many browns and earthy tones, so I'm kind of excited to see these. I usually like using earthy tones like burnt sienna and yellow ochre especially for like skin tones and stuff, so I'm really excited to test some of these out in the next video. But other than that, that is the full pouring of these paints. And here you can see I've got this little swatch sheet, so I just went through with all the colors and swatched a small gradient. I'm not very good at swatching these gradients, so sometimes I have to go back and fix them. I think I did that for every one of them actually. But other than that, this is on Canson XL watercolor paper, which I know may not be the most accurate, but it's the most readily available for me, and I feel like that my swatches that I've done previously on this paper work out fine and definitely show me true to the hue of the color at least. So what I do here, I think these are about an inch thick and like an inch and a half wide or something, and it got me, I think, 35 little squares, rectangles, whatever, to swatch out these colors in, and that was plenty space. I think there are 34 colors in here, and you'll see once I got to the end, I was like, what? There's 2 spots? I was really confused, and I had to go look back and figure out what color I missed, so I was kind of upset about that. But I did skip 1 color, and I accidentally swatched the wrong second color because I thought I skipped a different color, if that makes any sense. So I ended up filling all 35 spaces, so I was glad I did it this way. But some of the colors that really stood out to me, just in general from this set, I would say that opera pink in the top right corner, when I zoom back out, you can see how bright it is, and I was just like, wow. I'm pretty sure it's not light fast, so I don't know how often I'll be using it, but it's just like fluorescent. So I don't know, that was a pretty interesting color. I'll also say the phthalo was really, really smooth. Like, it had no granulation at all, which is normal for a phthalo, but it was just really pretty to see. I was also excited about the Viridian, but I'm pretty sure it's a phthalo green. They just called it a different name, but I'm not really sure. It's really pretty though. And then the second part of swatching I'm doing right now is like a darker gradient, just to show what the color looks like in more of a, just to show like the range it can get, because that first layer I do for the swatches are usually pretty watered down, and I usually do a wet on wet technique, so it can sometimes get a little too light and I can't really tell what the color looks at like full saturation and full darkness. So I just do that second little swatch, and then I'm gonna label all of these. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I'm just gonna let it play out with some music at the end. You guys, if you'd like, you can tell me some of your favorite colors down below in this set, or if you've used this set, tell me some of your opinions on it or things to look out for, or any of these colors or this brand in general. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video where I test all of these colors. Bye!